Here we have the follow from my customer Heather's two-piece Toyota Tacoma shaft that had the knocking noise at the center bearing area primarily. So we're going to just run this up and down the spectrum here, and then we'll discuss what's going on and what we eliminated and what we did. So we're already at the zone where it's causing the most problems, and we'll blast right through that. Just go up, up, up. I never went this fast with it previously. That's 3,000 RPM right there, and that's 0 at the center bearing, 0 at the rear axle, and down here it's 0 at the transfer case. Nobody home. So we'll slow this down a little bit to talk about, and we'll just show you what we did. So first of all, as I said I was going to do, I took all the weights off of it. And it had been overbalanced in the center bearing area. They might have been fighting with it when they were trying to do it at the factory. Who knows? Anyways, I ran a DA with 80 grit all over the exterior of all this and got all the little bits of rust and all the crap off of it. These things like to be smooth. They spin better when they are because all those little minute things catch air and push it. And that doesn't improve the situation at all. You want these things clean. Drilled and tapped that, put a grease fit in it like I said I was going to do. When I took this apart, it was exactly what I expected to see. There was no lubrication in it. It wasn't dry and nothing was hurt, but there was just the sparsest amount that you could tell. There was just a little trace of grease in there from when the truck was built, and it was diminished, and it just left that little bit of gap to let it chatter. And somebody's gonna say, well, I could have just filled it full of grease and ran it. Well, yeah, you could have, but it probably wouldn't have fixed the vibration either, because the weights are no longer in the same place that they started out being, never mind the fact that this area here was way overbalanced. So I tuned the weight package up to get to where we're at now. This thing's gonna run good. It's shined up. I ran the DA over it. I usually blast these, but because we weren't doing a deep dive on this one, we're just going to get together, improve its run drivability for Heather's truck. It's not really that screwed up. It's in good shape, all things considered. So I'm going to touch the paint up on this, and we've got the drivability back for her. The grease fitting trick, I've done this to hundreds of these slip yokes that don't have grease fittings in I don't even know. It's been a while. And I've got a friend of mine who has a Quigley four-wheel drive converted van, and it was doing the exact same thing that this was. And I did the same grease fitting trick to it, and he drives it all over the state at high speeds on the turnpike and stuff, and he starts to get a little hint of vibration coming back. He puts a couple of pumps of grease in there. So that's what we need to talk about, is you don't just say arbitrarily put a tube of grease in this, because it doesn't need it. You're just going to touch it up once in a while, like a pump or two when you change the oil, or if you notice a little hint of that vibration coming back, that's all you need to do. And it's going to run good for you. We're going to get some paint on this and say that this is a win for Heather's Toyota, and we'll get it back to her.